Hi guys, welcome to Thespillandgrill.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Tishinga.
And this is where you spill the stories.
And we grill them to perfection.
Okay guys, let's get started with our stories. And today, I've got a special treat. We're going into the Sarah files and we're going to be talking about my ex-boyfriend again.
Sarah's archives.
Yes,
Sarah's
the archives.
X-Files, right?
My
Literally,
X-Files,
yeah.
exactly. We're well into 2025. I haven't shared a story about him yet, so
That's true.
yeah, here we go. Are you ready? All right, so at the very beginning,
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
my ex was quite the gentleman. He was, everything that you'd want in a guy. He was that guy. Now, as we always say, we're not relationship experts. We're not therapists. We're not psychologists. But I can bet everything that I have that this man is a narcissist. I think I've said this before. Anyway, take it as you will. And one of the very gentlemanly things that he always did was he insisted on paying. So whether it was dinner or a movie or anything, it was always, it's on me, no matter what. And like, if I tried to go Dutch, if I tried to help, or he's like, no, I've got this. It was always, I've got this.
Okay.
So, okay, fine. And this went on for at least a year or so. And then all of a sudden, he's in a mood. And I'm like, hey, what's up? And it was after we had dinner. And he goes, it would be really nice if you could, treat me for once.
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
After a year.
After a year.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, okay. I thought you liked treating me. Like, there were so many times at the beginning where I tried to, split the bill. And you said no. And he's like, well, no, it'd be nice. It would be nice to be treated. So I was like, okay, fair. Everybody likes to be treated from time to time, right? So I figured, okay, my bad, my fault. Sure. I'll keep that in mind. A few weeks later, we go for breakfast. And I'm thinking, okay, I'll take the bill for this one, okay? Mm-hmm. He goes to the bathroom and then he comes back and he's like, I just have to pay. And I say, no, I've got this. I've already paid. Let's go. Get your jacket. We're out of here. And he goes, oh, okay, great. Kisses my forehead. We get to the car and he goes, yeah, thanks for paying. And I'm like, I just want you to know that I listen to you and I know that it's nice to get treated. And, from what you said last time, and I wanted to do this for you because I care for you and I care for this relationship. So yeah, I'm happy to treat you. Mm-hmm. And then the mood gets a little bit weird in the car. And I'm like, what? What happened now? What now? There was a lot of what nows in this relationship. So we get back to his house and he goes, okay, but today didn't count.
Huh?
Yeah, that was exactly my my reaction at the time. And I'm like, what? Why? What happened? And he goes, well, breakfast. That's what, I don't know if I mentioned that, but we were out for breakfast. He's like, breakfast is really cheap.
Oh no! I cannot.
Yeah, so accused me of being a cheapskate. When I was trying to listen to him, I was trying to treat him. Mind you, he had a very cushy job with the government, unionized, making a lot of money, and I was a student, struggling to pay rent and to pay my tuition and stuff. Mm-hmm. So breakfast was perfect for me, and it wasn't because I was cheap. It was because we got there, we ate, we had a good time. He went to the bathroom. The bill came as he was at the bathroom, and I figured, hey, why not?
Okay.
Because he had just told me this a few weeks ago, right? Mm-hmm. I thought I was being nice. Apparently I wasn't.
Didn't. Oh my god.
Yeah. So he was like, this doesn't count because it's cheap. And in that city, breakfast restaurants did usually serve breakfast for a little bit cheaper than dinner would be, but I didn't think of it that way.
No, I wouldn't have thought of it that way as well. You were just doing a nice gesture. You had listened to what he said. And you
Doesn't
paid for the
count.
bill. But how dare he be like, how is he the one to decide this doesn't count? You know what I mean? So it only counts when it's Michelin star restaurant?
I guess, yeah.
Wow, that's so crazy. And for him to be like, that's so cheap.
Yeah.
That's...
I realized that, yes, I did pick the cheapest bill, but I was not thinking that way at the time.
Yeah, also. And also hearing your financial situation versus his, like, I mean, come on.
It didn't count. No.
Shut up.
So I did have to, like, pay for dinner, like, a week or so later, even though it was something I could barely afford. I remember.
Shit,
I remember
really?
giving my credit card, like,
Oh my God,
just to
that's
make
really
this man
weird.
happy. And he went from, like, always insisting to pay for me to all of a sudden, it would be really nice to be treated one day.
I wonder what made him switch.
His narcissism, that's what. And that's how you can't make them happy, right? Because I listened to him, but he didn't want to be happy with me. He wanted to find another fault.
Yeah,
And he did. With the price.
Wow, they are really narcissists, aren't they? They're quite smart in that sense. They just manipulate the whole situation. Wow, I'm shocked, to be honest.
Yeah.
The audacity of that doesn't count, it's just cheap.
Yeah. My jaw was on the floor. Like,
Oh my God, I can imagine.
I just treated you to breakfast.
Did you
I was trying to be sweet.
And you didn't get into like heated argument over this, or you kind of just was like,
No, I just
let it
took
go,
I just
yeah.
took it. I was like, all right, I'm sorry. I tried. Like,
no.
I was upset, but I don't think
Yeah.
it turned into an argument.
he sounds awful.
Oh, he was absolutely awful. But like, you hang on when you're in a toxic relationship. You hang on to the beginning, which is what made you fall in love with that person, which is the fake part, right? Because
This is
he
too
was
close to home
Yeah.
for someone I know. You know who I'm talking about, I
yeah.
think.
he was awesome at the beginning. He was amazing. He was funny and charming and cool, and obviously he splurged on me and wanted to spoil me and stuff. He was amazing at the beginning. And when those things start to turn, you hang on to the good stuff, right? And that's why it's so hard to get out of those type of relationships.
When you explain it like that, I can understand how people stay for so long. I really can.
Yeah. But anyway, it's been over 10 years that we've been broken up. So
Yeah, true.
thank God. Life has gotten so much better since I have not been with him.
But wow, I look forward to hearing more, or we look forward to hearing more from
Guys, I've
Sarah's
got some.
archive. You
I've
always-
got some stories. There's more where this comes from. And every once in a while I remember like a few more and I have to like take it down.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you could write a book.
I could. My crazy ex.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. You could write a
He'd probably
book.
try to sue me.
No, I mean, it's your experience.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
how can he try to sue you?
I wouldn't say his name. I wouldn't say
Exactly,
the location.
yeah.
So he can't.
He can't.
Can't sue me for, like,
everything else can be
defamation.
like different location, but it's your story. So shut up. You can't control this. All right.
Right?
No,
Anyway.
narcissist.
Yeah, he was such a jerk. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Wow. That's crazy.
I mean, it's one of those things I can laugh about now. And I mean, he's another woman's problem right now. So
Big time. Big time. Do you know if he has kids or
I think he's got one or two.
And he's
I think
married?
he's, as far as I know, he's married. And I hate to say this, but I'm pretty sure his wife is miserable. Just because I know the pattern, and I heard stories from exes as well. So like, I mean, why would he all of a sudden become a great guy to the new woman, right? To the wife. So I'm pretty sure she's miserable.
Good luck to him, honestly, and the wife.
Good luck to her. Yeah.
Adios.
Okay, and let's not give him any more attention than he deserves.
No.
So
But thanks for being content on the spinning
yes,
wheel.
at least I got that out of him.
Exactly. Okay, we're going to go to the next story. Let's see. Okay. Went on a date a while back with a man who, according to his profile, was well-travelled, a looker, and interesting. Sign me up. He invites me out, we meet at the restaurant, tells me to order anything I want. He wants to spoil me. Meanwhile, the server is a sweet young guy who is training and obviously nervous. I strike up a convo with him to help him chill out. This is a busy Saturday night and there's families everywhere. The man is speaking loudly about his travels and also using profanity, often for everyone to hear. Salad dressing is literally dripping out of his mouth.
Oh.
I've got visuals. Sorry,
I can picture it.
Me too.
Oh my God.
He asks me nothing about myself, so I've already mentally checked out. I keep bantering with the server and finally get through the meal. Dude makes a big production about paying the bill. I snuck a peek while he was signing the CC slip and he left no tip.
Of course.
I had no cash on me, so I say goodbye to the douchebag. I run across the street to the ATM. I return with a tip, money, and apology. Kiddo smiles and thanks me. I blocked the dude immediately.
Wow. Sounds like my ex.
Imagine
Making a
it's
big
him.
show about paying
About
and then
paying.
doesn't leave a tip. No, I think my ex tipped. So I'll give him that. But, oh, the poor kid, the poor waiter. He was nervous and on a busy night.
Yeah, it's nice that she did that though. I probably would have done the same, to be honest, and
Yeah.
just give him a tip and just be like, hang in there, you know. You'll get used to it. And he's in training, so he's brand new.
Yeah.
But this guy, like, why do people do that? They're like eating and telling a story about themselves always. And it's like, do you not have like manners or
Yeah.
etiquette at a table?
Take a few seconds to chew. It's okay. Chew your food. And every once in a while, yeah, like I understand, there's a little bit of food in your mouth.
Exactly.
You want to talk, you go like this.
Yeah.
Take a napkin. Dab.
Dab,
I can
yeah.
just picture ranch dressing. Just
Oh,
like...
it's horrible. And like the fact that he hadn't asked questions about her. Like I would ask the question, eat, and then while I'm eating, listen to her or him, whoever, you know.
This is not the first story that we've heard where the man speaks only about himself during dinner and does not ask the woman anything about herself.
That's true, actually.
We've had this several times.
several times. Yeah, you're right. Actually, it's weird, isn't it?
A date is not. It's not what's it called? A monologue. It's a dialogue, guys. It's a one-to-one. I get to tell you a little bit about myself. You get to tell me a little bit about yourself. That's what getting to know each other is.
Exactly. Hence, going on a date. If you want to talk about yourself, speak to your family or speak to your friends.
Yeah. And I'd love to see like this whole show, like made a big show about paying the bill. Like, I wonder, what did he do? Did he like puff his chest up?
Yeah.
Did he pull out like a black credit card or something? Hey, I got this.
Do you think it was like that?
Well,
Or
if
do you
he-
think he's making it seem like, oh, so I guess I've got this then? I feel like it's more like that.
Yeah, I don't. Well,
I
that's the
don't
thing,
know.
I'd
We
love
don't
to
know.
know.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd love to know what the show was.
Dude makes a big production about paying the bill. Or yeah, maybe you're right. It could be like, oh, I've got this. Like, it could
Yeah.
be that. Actually, that makes more sense, doesn't it? And then she's like, I snuck a peek while he was signing the CC slip. He left no tip.
Yeah, what's the point about that? Like we're in Europe. There's no tipping culture here where we are in Barcelona. But in the US and in Canada, it's very
Huge.
important.
Yeah, it's true. You have to, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of obliged, isn't it? I'm surprised he left no tip. I wonder what country this was.
I'm guessing it's got to be like the US or Canada.
I feel like it's US as well. And the fact that he's like, order anything you want, everything is
Yeah.
on me, and then you're eating with salad ranch like dripping out of your mouth. Like,
Yeah. Guys, come on. I understand that you want to talk during dinner. Actually, one of the reasons why I prefer a first date to not be dinner is so that you can talk, so that you don't get anything in your mouth. You don't choke or you don't get like crumbs in your teeth. And so that the conversation moves a little bit better, a little bit more smooth.
That's true. And imagine if the roles were reversed and that was the woman. Like, oh, you would think she was vile. You'd think she was disgusting.
And then you won't even add a tip. You can't add like a little 20% to help the poor guy who is new and obviously nervous. I think it's so sweet of her to have gone back and tipped him.
Yeah, it says a lot
Yeah.
about her, actually. It says a lot about her in a very good way.
Yeah. And she deserves better, obviously.
Like, if the roles were reversed and the guy did that and ran to the ATM and got, I'd be like, oh, wow, that's a nice part of his character, you know?
Yeah.
So he just didn't even see that. He just probably was like, yeah,
He was
ciao.
probably on his way home already, thinking that he had a great date.
Oh. And it started off good. Like, according to his profile, well-travelled, good-looking, interesting, sign me up, he invites me out, and we meet at a restaurant, and he says he's got it covered. And then he just goes and spoils it for...
Yeah. And he was swearing in front of families.
Yeah, she said this. And it was a Saturday, and there was families everywhere.
Swearing in front of children. Like, I love to swear, but... I mean, I know
You're in a
when
public
and,
setting,
Yeah, I know
yeah.
when and where.
Exactly.
And I also know how to keep my tone down. And how much swearing do you need to do while talking about your travels? I went to fucking
That
Thailand,
is
man,
so
and the food was so
true.
fucking good. Like, how much?
That's
like,
so true, actually.
right?
And what was he saying? Because it's true. How much profanity do you need to use about talking about your travels? Not much. I mean, if your travels were that good, why are we swearing?
Yeah.
Aren't we saying how amazing it was? And we would like to do it again, or I suggest you go this place. Why are we
Right.
saying, oh, fucking Thailand or Bali?
Yeah,
I don't
right?
know. Some people.
Well, Bali was fucking sweet, dude.
Well-travelled, but not a lot of vocabulary.
Well
clearly.
traveled, but not well cultured.
No, absolutely. Amen. 2 snaps.
Mic drop.
Mic drop.
I'm
For
cheesy.
sure.
I'm sorry.
So, guys, sort yourselves out. Come on.
Guys, come on.
Yeah. So, yeah. That's that one.
Over and done with.
Over and done with.
Done. On to the next.
Yes. As always, we will leave the email on the screen, and we would love to hear from you guys with
Yes,
your
please.
crazy dating stories or very normal dating
Yes.
stories. We haven't had those in a while.
Yeah,
or
true.
ever.
If they're interesting, we'd like to hear from you. So please make sure to send them to our email, thespillandgrill@gmail.com. And yeah, and we'll read it out. We love submissions. So
We do, yeah. And as always, disclaimer, we are not doctors, therapists, psychologists, psychotherapists, all of this.
dating coaches, none of that. We're 2 girls on a couch that like to talk. And we like to share our opinion. And
our experiences as
our
well.
experiences. I am pretty sure my ex is a narcissist. I am pretty sure. But I am not a psychologist, and maybe I'm wrong. But I doubt it. I highly doubt I'm wrong.
Exactly. So we're just giving our opinion. So take it with a pinch of salt, basically. If you are watching on YouTube, you have been watching The Spill and Grill. And if you are listening on Spotify, thank you for listening to The Spill and Grill. I'm Tashinga.
And I'm Sarah.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.